Today we're with Bonnie Schock. She's the executive director here at the Sheldon Theatre, and we're at the Sheldon Theatre, Red Wing's historic Sheldon Theatre, and we're doing some work here to make it last even longer than it has.
Absolutely. So welcome here to the Sheldon. The Sheldon is the oldest theater in Minnesota. A lot of people don't know that. It's an incredible resource that we have here in this town, and we are investing again in its ongoing success and in its physical infrastructure. So when people come to the building, they may see some things going on
That aren't normal for the theater of this stature.
Exactly. So right now, people may have noticed scaffolding on the exterior of the building over the last 6 months or so. A lot of that exterior work is wrapping up, but we're starting to move to the inside of the building to do some needed work and continued investment in keeping these systems really running here inside the building too.
And as we walk in near the ticket booth, there's some bracing going on. What is that for?
Yeah, well, we were trying to replicate the experience of being on a New York City sidewalk.
There's no steam coming up from the bottom, though.
No, true, but basically, when people walk into the building, you'll see that there's some bracing, some scaffolding that's here, and what that's doing is it's kind of a placeholder until the spring when the roof will actually be pulled off and all the plaster work will be repaired. So there's been a little bit of water damage to the roof, and in order to be able to get in there and repair it correctly, we need to do that next spring. And so we are, in the time being, you get to kind of walk through a different space and time.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's go this way into the theater itself.
Okay.
And as we walk into the atrium, I'm going to call it the atrium. Is that right?
Well, you can. It's a lobby.
As we walk into the lobby.
The main lobby, in fact, and this is original to the building. This is a historic piece of the building, and a lot of people come in here just to look at the incredible detail here that is original to the 1904 construction.
I remember this when I was a kid. It was not quite the same, but I remember the floor being the same. You're going to do some work on the floor?
Yes, we are doing some work
Or to the floor?
Well, yeah, probably both. So the floor, people may have noticed, has some cracking in the tile. And again, this is the original tile when the building was constructed. So it's historic. There's a preservationist who's working with the architects in completing this work. And so this will be part of the interior work that gets done. Now, we're going to wait until our season is over to do that. So in the summer of 2016, we will be starting that work. And the building actually will be closed for programming for about 3 months in the summer in order to get this renovation happening. So this floor will be all spruced up and fancy and looking fine.
Is it going to be all new tile, or are we going to just repair what needs to be repaired? And how do you match the colors after this many years?
Well, you're talking about details that I don't know, but it is going to be repaired. So this is a historic floor. So it's not being torn out and replaced, but repaired and restored.
Nice. I can't wait to see it when it's done.
So inside the main house, we will be doing some paint work in here. So due to water damage and just age and time, the building was restored in 1988, as many people are familiar. And so it hasn't been painted since then. So we will be repainting in here.
That's like 10 years.
Just about.
So much for math skills, yeah.
In all of our dreams, right? So the interior will all be repainted, sprucing up the ornate paint that people see here. So that's a big project to take care of all this detail in here. So it's going to get kind of a little extra shine is basically what's going to happen. And then we're going to be putting in new carpet as well in the main house.
And anybody that's done any remodeling at their home, they know, oh yeah, we'll get this and this and this done. You go, oh my gosh, this is going to be some money. And I would think you don't just come in here with a roller and start rolling away, do you?
No. In fact, like I said, there are a lot of really, really talented people who know much more about this than I do, who are working on ensuring that this is done well, that it's done with historical integrity, and that we continue to preserve, again, what is the oldest theater in Minnesota in a way that honors that legacy.
Nice. So, Bonnie, is there anything else happening that we haven't covered yet?
Yeah, the other big piece of the interior renovation happening in summer 2016 will be all new restrooms. So the restrooms in the lower lobby, which are the main public restrooms, the plan is for those to be gutted actually, and for Americans with Disabilities Act compliant restrooms to be put in up to current code. So we're excited to have, brand new restroom facilities for our audiences.
Nice. So that's the Sheldon Theatre Tour with Bonnie Schock. I'm Tom Hughes. Thanks for watching Red Wings Channel 6.